started with 8 talented and hungry teams.
Yeah, baby!
And after 2 rounds of thrilling battles, half the teams are forced to pack their bags and go home.
Oh, right the gog.
And now it's down to the final 4. Some players are bruised, some are beaten.
All day we fight!
But the battle for paintball bragging rights continues, and the Smart Parts World Paintball Championships is in their sights.
Come on!
Next on ESPN2. Welcome to the Mohegan Sun Arena for the Smart Parts World Paintball Championship.
I'm Bill Gardner here with paintball legend Matty Marshall.
Thanks, Bill. Well, I'll tell you what, we're down to our final 4, first round. We had some magic, we had some amazing moves happen, and we had some surprises. So we've sent New York, Pennsylvania, Jacksonville, and the Russian Legion all home early, and our final 4 are in place. But before we move on to the semifinals, let's take a look back at some of the battles from the first round. Tell you what, this is how you play paintball.
Just stay alive. Yeah. Stay alive.
You know, paintball is just chess with guns, all about the angles and the strategy.
Oh, nice bunker move. Oh, they don't know they're there. They don't know he's there.
Awesome move by Scott Kemp.
There's an inside move. Same bunker. Oh.
And here comes Eric Dearman.
Dynasty on fire here.
And it's just a sea of Jacksonville bodies. Here come the Russians.
When it rains, it pours, and it's pouring for the Russians right now.
We lost 2 off the break. Let's go.
One-on-one. One-on-one.
Now let's take a look at the semifinal brackets. Remember, a win in this round and you move on to play for the championship. The losers will be playing for 3rd place. In the other semifinal match, San Diego Dynasty will battle the Atlanta Predators. But today, it's the Seattle Naughty Dogs taking on Los Angeles Excessive. Now let's meet our teams. So far, they chewed up the competition. Say hello to the Seattle Naughty Dog. Let's take a look at the Naughty Dogs. They got some primetime players in Rocky KNUTH, Josh Davey, and Colt Roberts. Let's go, Dogs. You can also be sure that Raymond KNUTH, Dusty Manderson, and Tyler McCluskey will be up for this match.
Semper Fi.
Seattle's player coach is Rocky KNUTH.
Oh, that was us.
This Southern California team is looking to put the beat down on their neighbors from the north. It's the Los Angeles Excessive. Let's look at Excessive. They got some serious firepower in Nicky Cuba, Rusty Glaze, and Davey Williamson.
Wish you were here, Dad.
Also can't forget about Nikki Vegas, Thomas Taylor, and Neil Everly. They should all be bringing their A games today.
Play disgusting.
Los Angeles' player coach is John Richardson. We're just about ready for the first point, but before we begin play, let's go over the rules for this tournament.
Our teams play 2 20-minute halves. It's 5-on-5, capture the flag. To score a point, you must capture the flag and hang it in the other team's base. A hit on any part of the body or equipment, and the player is eliminated and must leave the field immediately. If they fail to do so, they'll be given a penalty. Penalties are similar to hockey. Minors are 2 minutes in length, and majors are 5.
First point, Excessive on the left-hand side, Naughty Dogs on the right-hand side. Excessive, camouflage in black uniforms. Naughty Dogs rocking their signature paw print, red and black uniforms. There's Darren Ragasa. He's rolling his gun up that side. It's Scott Kemp. Makes it to the Snakes. Oh, it looks like Ragasa's still alive. But Trevor Hawking, he's going to walk off. Here comes Nicky Cuba and Carl Markowski coming down the Dorito side. Looks like they went to the same bunker. Carl gets right out of there. He gets shot, though. So Carl gets shot, being a little bit too aggressive. Nicky Cuba still over there on the Dorito side of the field. Locked in a gunfight with Darren Ragasa. Darren Ragasa trying to get some paint in his hopper. Load his gun real quick. Nicky Cuba still gunned up. Oh, Nicky Cuba trying to pick up the move. And Darren, anytime that someone makes a move, you know, you always want to try to get that hopper shot, you know, Billy? So, Nicky Cuba. No, not much movement. You know, everyone's working their gunfights. That's kind of smart, though. We're later on in the tournament.
He tried.
A little bit too sloppy up that side by Nicky Cuba. He's going to get shot in his head, come off. You know, we're talking about how they're playing a little bit slow right now, just kind of feeling each other out. Both these teams are really been playing solid this event. Even though Excessive lost their last game by 1 point, they're still playing pretty good. Naughty Dogs come from behind victories, looking to establish early. They don't want to be coming back again. So smart gunfighting by these teams so far. Some sloppy moves, though. Scott Kemp, he's in the snake. He's looking inside, trying to get a shot on Darren Magassa, who's up there in that center Aztec. Yeah, Naughty Dogs have a guy in snake 1 and snake 2. Here comes Scott Kemp. Oh, pretty good move by Scott Kemp.
I think he got one.
But yeah, he got one, but I think he might have. No, didn't get the second one. Darren Magassa gets torched, though, thinking everybody's dead. He just rolls right up, grabs the flag. Nicky Vegas puts it on him, but then Nicky Vegas, he makes an aggressive move across up the field, and he gets shot down by Rocky Knuth. Neil Eberle headed to the penalty box. There was a penalty. We'll see who the penalty was on. It might have been on Scott Kemp, Billy, when he made that move up the tape.
Yeah! Yeah, dude, I saw the face.
So Rocky Knuth hangs the flag. We see here on the replay, Karl Markowski trying to make a move up that Dorito side, gets shot in his head, a couple steps out of the bunker. Nicky Cuba had filled right behind him, but then Nicky Cuba trying to play aggressive up that tape. He gets shot in the head, just playing a little bit too sloppy. And then the move down the tape by Scott Kemp. But oh, he got shot in the face, and then must have took a couple extra shots because he was assessed a 5-minute major penalty.
That was a 5-minute, huh?
So things starting off very well for the Seattle Naughty Dogs as they win the first point of the game, and Los Angeles Excessive are tagged with a 5-minute penalty. Now, Naughty Dogs on the power play right now. Excessive only playing with 4 bodies because of the Scott Kemp penalty. Oh, and Thomas Taylor shot trying to get the snake 1. So Excessive down to 3 players. There goes Brad Russin getting up into snake 2.
Good field position. Naughty Dogs in good shape here.
Yeah, good field position for the Naughty Dogs. It's also easy playing 5-on-3 right now.
Absolutely.
So Excessives are going to have to even it up real quick and try to get some quick kills. That's Johnny Richardson in snake 1. Filled it right after Thomas got shot.
A lot of teams don't take advantage of the power play the way they need to, you know, to get their scoring when they have the opportunity.
I mean, you're still going into 4 guns, so you can get shot. And so sometimes people will be a little bit too aggressive. I mean, honestly, you just have to take the opportunities when they come, regardless of how many guns you're looking at. But it definitely makes it easier. And you see Brad Russin, he's moving off that bunker a little bit. You know, a good paintball player, when they're in these bunkers, especially the snakes, it's a big bunker. They can use the top fit. They can go out and shoot down the sideline, come up, shoot the center, work the angles cross field. We see Brad working cross field right now.
They try to place some bunkers in the blind spots so the other players can't see them. And then they can move around in those bunkers a little bit better.
So Brad working his inside shots. Rusty on that Dorito side of the field at the box. He's trying to work his crossfield shots as well. Paintball's a game of angles. You know, you are gun battling. Oh, big move. Big move from the back X. That was Raymond Knuth. Moving from the back X on the snake side all the way to the back center Dorito.
Knuth trying to create some new angles. Excessive dug in like a tick. They won't give up anything.
Well, Excessive's just covering each other's backs right now. When you're faced with an opponent that has numerical superiority, you do what we call locking it up. You know, you cross it up, you look in front of your buddy looks in front of you, and you watch those lanes and don't let anyone come through them. Oh, Rusty Glaze finally shot out of that. And Davey Williamson still in that, he's in that back center Dorito. Ooh, takes one directly, Cyclops in his face. Brad Russin playing well on this snake side.
Russin realizing he has the opportunity to clinch this point.
So it's just Johnny Richardson left.
Here it goes,
Here
down
comes
the middle.
Hector Cardona.
Nice job,
Ooh,
Hector.
Jumps right on top of Richardson. Puts a couple more in his back, takes out the back X2. So here come the Naughty Dogs, man, scoring quick 2 points. Getting the momentum. Again, paintball, a game of momentum. It's easy to get into a paintball player's head if you start shooting him in the face. And here we see on the replay, Davey Williamson just trying to protect John Richardson, and then after he's dead, Hector just comes right on over and then one hands John Richardson in the back after stepping on him. So Seattle Naughty Dogs hit the ground running as they win another point to take a 2-0 lead over Los Angeles Excessive. We'll see how this all plays out when we return after these commercial messages.
I'm a mid-insert player, so I'm one of the guys that kind of starts off in the mid and I insert to wherever we're needed. So if the push side is, you know, on the 50, I'll make it to the 50. If we lose a wire guy, then I'm running out to the wire to fill his spot. If you were to compare it to a chess game, I'd be the queen.
I'd be the king.
That's good.
The Smart Parts World Paintball Championships are brought to you by Smart Parts, Equipment Counts, and the Mohegan Sun, a world of play.
See how it ends at smartparts.com.
Welcome back to the Smart Parts World Paintball Championships. I'm Matty Marshall with Bill Gardner Jr., and that's our band, PSK, keeping things hot as we resume play.
I'm screaming as 3, man, as loud as I can, but I'm losing it, you know?
I'm Matty Marshall. I'm here with Bill Gardner Jr., and we're lucky enough to have Matt Richards, Jacksonville Raiders. Now, Matt, did you expect at the start of the game like this? Did you think that Excessive would come out this flat?
Definitely not. I definitely figured Excessive to come out and probably take control early on in the match. When you get a 5-minute penalty like that, though, you know, making a stupid move down the wire with a, you know, an obvious hit, you know, you're just asking for trouble, and it doesn't really matter who you're playing. You know, they're going to capitalize on a 5-minute penalty. So,
well, thanks, Matt, for stopping by. Let's get back to the action with a score. It's Seattle 2, Los Angeles nothing. Just under 10 minutes left here in the first half. So Excessive still down a body, and Naughty Dog still on this power play. See if he can do something with it. Ooh, good move. Up to Snake 2. Tyler McCluskey, most athletic player on the Naughty Dogs. One of the fastest players in the league. Ooh, guns up on Carl Markowski, one of the other fastest players in the league.
That would be an interesting race, man. We got to see that.
We should definitely get Tyler McCluskey and Carl Markowski to race one of these days. Good field position by both teams. Now, Excessive's just basically, they want to take, you know, just like they did that last point. Try to play this point as long as possible, even if you're down bodies, because they need to get their guy out of the penalty box. Greg Hastings waiting in the penalty box to come out because of that 5-minute Scott Kemp penalty earlier on in that first point.
Naughty Dogs may be a little too comfortable with their 2-point lead. They should be using this advantage.
Yeah, a 2-point lead this early in the game is absolutely nothing. I mean, they do have, you know, they have the momentum right now, but if you start slipping and let the other team come up, then you can get that momentum taken away and it'll shift and just get pulled right out from under your feet. And we see Nicky Cuba in Snake 2, backed up off of it and down low, shooting down the sideline. That's Rocky Knuth, the captain of the Naughty Dogs. He makes a move out to the back X, and Nicky Cuba wasn't able to get a shot on him, so he switches up, shoots that center angle. He's trying to get shots on the Dorito side of the field.
See how he moves back off the bunker, creating the angle?
Well, you know, you can't see it from that angle, but he's basically blocking himself out with the bunkers in the center of the field. And there's a lot of spaces on this field where you'll see a guy looks like he's out in the open or he's off of that bunker, but he actually is blocked out from all the opposing players. Oh, Tyler McCluskey, not blocked out at all. He gets shot. And Nicky Cuba sees McCluskey come off, and Rocky wasn't able to get gunned up down the sideline, and here comes Nicky Cuba. Oh, but Nicky Cuba playing a little bit too sloppy. So Nicky Cuba making some good initial moves, but then just playing a little bit too sloppy out of those secondary bunkers.
Did Cuba see Rocky make the bump over to the X? It was almost like he didn't.
He might not have saw him, which may have accounted for why he was playing a little bit sloppy in that bunker. Now Rocky, they let Greg Hastings out of the box. And here comes Carl Markowski flying all the way opposite side of the field. Not sure exactly what he was thinking, but I'll tell you what, man, it works. You know, he came across field because they had lost that whole side. So Neil Eberle still on the Dorito side of the field. Carl Markowski repositions over to the Snake side. And we see Colt Roberts right there with his white face mask. Getting his speed load on. He's going to get his gun up real quick and try to throw some paint down at Neil Eberle. Neil Eberle playing smart, talking it up. Colt Robertson, real good field position right now. He's at the 40-yard line, Dorito. And he bumps up to the 50-yard line. Lay down Can, trying to get some angles on that inside. You know, Billy, I'm really impressed with the fluidity of the moves so far. You know, we have seen a little bit of sloppy moves, but we've seen some real smart, like there's another smart bump by Neil Eberle right there. They don't want to make any mistakes. These are two huge teams. They have big players, and big players have big games, and right now it's going to be which of the big players steps it up the most.
Naughty Dog's playing very tight, very cautiously, even though they're in the power play position. You know, maybe a little too cautious, but we'll see.
Well, you know, Gray came out, so that power play now extinguished. Colt Roberts looking to maybe get a shot on somebody over there on the snake side of the field. Oh, now he repositions, he gets back to the 40. Dorito, Trevor Hawking. Everyone's gunfighting real smart right now.
They are.
Oh, Colt Roberts loses his gunfight against Neil Eberle. So Neil Eberle wrecking Colt Roberts, and then Trevor Hawking all the way to the back center, Dorito.
Seen a lot of backward movement in this game.
Yeah, a lot of repositioning. That's kind of unusual. Neil Eberle, really good field position over here. Trevor Hawking had repositioned. He's back in the back center, Dorito.
Probably a smart move. He's covering his player well now.
Well, he wants to be able to get in a position where, oh, here comes Carl Markowski. He slips and runs through, though. Oh, he didn't get caught. Awesome run through by Carl Markowski.
He must have found a blind. He stumbled there and everything, still recovered and made the run through.
Well, you know, we talked about Carl Markowski's speed as Nikki Vegas grabs the flag, but Carl Markowski's very fast, so with that athletic ability, sometimes even if you slip or, you know, you get caught out in the open, you can sometimes readjust just based on your athleticism. Carl Markowski uses his speed, blazes down, takes out Ragasa, and then blows Trevor Hawking's shoulder apart, and Trevor also gets one from Neil.
Our setup's good. Just stay a lot worth it. Don't force it. We're going to need you alive over there on that side, okay? Just get up and take your shots. Just be careful.
Los Angeles Excess have taken an important point there, making it a 2-1 game in favor of the Seattle Naughty Dogs. And we'll be back with more semifinal paintball action after this quick break.
Hold on a second. Yeah, they haven't gone to the corner even one time. They go to the mini Dorito, and sometimes they go to the cube.
Welcome back to the Smart Parts World Paintball Championships. It's the Seattle Naughty Dogs 2, a Los Angeles Excessive 1. We're still in the first half of this semifinal match, with the winner moving on to the championship game. Let's head back to the action. So both teams playing real smart so far. We've seen some good paintball, some solid gunfights, some interesting moves. Thomas Taylor getting into Snake 1. Naughty Dogs in the red and black paw print jerseys, Excessive in the camouflage and black. That's Thomas Taylor with his red mohawk. He's getting up into Snake 2.
And the winner of this game goes on to the championships.
That's right. This is the semifinal matchup right here. Naughty Dogs and Excessive.
They got two back here.
Thomas Taylor working his crossfield shots.
Thomas pretty comfortable on the top of that bunker. He must not be having too much heat.
And they're mirrored up in Snake 2 for the Naughty Dogs is Brad Russin. Yeah, well, you know, he's blocking himself out with those center bunkers.
Here we go to the 50 by Taylor.
Nice bump by Thomas Taylor. Now, Brad Russin's got to figure out, now he's going to see that bunker move.
Yeah.
As soon as you see that bunker move, Brad's going to try to come get him out of there. You do not want someone to be living in the 50-yard line bunker if you're close enough to get up and go get him out of there.
And if you're in the 50, you want to try not to knock the bunker around.
Yeah, exactly. As soon as you move the bunker, you're basically letting them know that you're there. Now, Thomas Taylor needs to stay alive in this spot. Oh, here comes Brad.
Oh, he didn't know he's there.
Brad does not know he's there. You would have thought with the bunker moving as much as he did. Oh, but see what happened right there was Brad got in, immediately got shot, but Thomas Taylor figured out that he was there and wasted his body going to get someone that was already dead. But hey, Thomas didn't know that he got shot in the face right there. I would have done the same thing if I was Thomas Taylor.
Got to go. First one to go is the better chance.
Absolutely. So Thomas Taylor did what he had to do, even though he died because of it. So now the gunfight's back and forth. Neil Eberle in the X behind on the snake side.
There's Hector looking over the top. He can barely see over the top, but he's looking.
Hector and Neil are in the same mirrored up bunkers, just on opposite sides of the field, so they're going to be gunfighting against each other.
Hector doing his crawl again. It's amazing what he gets away with out there. He just, those slow crawls right through the open.
Well, you know, I'd rather be lucky than good. Even though I wouldn't say Hector's not good. He's just one of the best players on that team. But he is very lucky, you know. But hey, some of the best players are the luckiest players. Davey Williams is one of the luckiest players I've ever seen play the game. Rusty Glaze working his gunfights on Josh Davey, who gets his eye dotted. He's going to walk off, head back to the pit. Here comes Excessive and Rusty Glaze coming up the Dorito side. He's going to have a shot on Hector. I don't know if Hector picked him up.
I think he did.
Yeah, Hector's repositioning, running back to the center as Rusty trying to...
You know, Hector does this all the time, this running and shooting. It's a real strong part of his game.
I don't know if you saw that, but I mean, Rusty Glaze had a shot directly in the center between his two eyes, and Hector did that shot on the run, so really got to give him a lot of credit there. Now, Neil's trying to figure out where the last body is, and Hector repositions again.
Those little lateral moves can really confuse the opponent. You know, if you lose track of him for just a second, he has a new angle.
So it's Hector Cardona and Neil Eberle going at each other right now. Hector has better field position. Neil's playing on that back X on the snake side, which is tipping over right now. Here comes Hector, moving to the inside.
Ooh, almost overran his bunker.
Hector's making some really good moves right now. Now, Neil, since he's stuck in that bunker, there's really not a lot he can do at this particular point other than win his gunfight.
That's right. As Hector moves inside, he gains the advantage because of the position of that bunker.
You know, both these guys are really good. Neil Eberle is one of the most solid backers.
Nice.
Oh,
notice how he goes outside, surprises Hector. Well, nice shot.
I'll tell you what, Neil Eberle wins that one-on-one. You can't say enough about Neil Eberle as a back support player because for the past couple of years, he's been earning a lot of respect. One of the most underrated players in the league, and one of the reasons that Excessive has done so well recently. And here we see that in the replay. Brad Rustin gets shot in the face, and then Thomas Taylor comes around to try to take him out, not knowing he was already shot. So Thomas throws his body away, but hey, he was just doing what he had to do.
Hector completely surprised as the Excessive player pops out from the blind side of the bunker.
The Los Angeles Excessive win the one-on-one and tie things up here against the Seattle Naughty Dogs at 2 each.
You know where he was when he shot you?
Yeah, I'm listening.
And before we get back to the action, let's check in with the third member of our broadcast team, Callie Steinhardt.
One of the most dramatic points in this game is called a one-on-one.
One-on-one.
It's one-on-one right now.
Basically, it's when one player from each team is left at the end to duel it out.
Hey, one-on-one! One-on-one!
Now think about it. If there's a second-string player that takes out the marquee player, this could be really exciting, especially if the game is in a 2-point swing. This could be the difference between winning and losing.
Boy, this is an exciting one-on-one.
So we hope to look forward to a lot of this action.
It's Seattle 2, Los Angeles 2. Just under a minute to go here in the first half. Let's see if someone can capture a quick point before time runs out. So low-scoring game right now. These two teams battling it out. It's going back and forth. It's all tied up 2 apiece.
Both teams making good breaks and generally getting to their bunkers.
Yeah, Nikki Cuba getting up into Snake 2. He's backed up by Nikki Vegas. The Long Island duo on the Snake side. Oh, and here comes Scott Kemp.
Right to the 50. Overran his bunker and survived.
But he made it in there, and he immediately guns up cross field. They got 3 guys on the Snake side right now. Excessive looking very good, dominating that Snake side. Let's see if Scott Kemp can produce over there. He needs to make up that 5-minute penalty he got earlier. Oh, referee's getting in there checking him out. I think he might have got shot in the ankle. But here comes Nikki Cuba. Oh, awesome move by Nikki Cuba. Taking down Ragasa.
Not much time left in the half, and there it is.
Yep, there wasn't much time left in the half. So Nikki just trying to make something happen there last seconds. Scott Kemp trying to make something happen as well. Nikki Cuba destroyed in the upper body, has a couple choice words for some of the Naughty Dog players. We see Ragasa getting torched by Cuba on the run through. And it's all tied up here heading into the second half. Let's throw things over to the third member of our broadcast team, Callie Steinhardt, who's with Los Angeles Excessives, Neil Eberle.
What was going on with that one-on-one with Hector Cardona?
Well, I was in probably the worst spot on the field. Those little X's, and they're all tipping over. And once I found out where he was, I was just hoping he'd get closer like he did, and I just baited him and snapped him out.
So what do you need to do second half to pull through?
We just need to show, that our team has a lot of gumption and make a comeback here and run the score up and show them that we're a better team.
Exactly. All right. Well, a lot more paintball to come second half.
See how it ends at smartparts.com.
All right, very low scoring game. It's only 2-2. It's all tied up. Excessive taking on the Naughty Dogs. I'm Matty Marshall. I'm here with Bill Gardner Jr. and Ross O'Rourke, Jacksonville Raiders. Now, Ross, Excessive did a really good job of running that penalty down, I mean, they were playing poorly, and especially with Scott Kemp running down, getting that 5-minute penalty, but they definitely were able to take that penalty down. And, you've been in situations like that. Break it down for the people at home.
Oh, it was killing the penalty there was phenomenal. That was an exceptional way to kill the penalty. I allowed 1 point in a 5-minute penalty, and that is a tough thing to do. Excessive's a really good team at locking the field down, too.
Oh, thanks a lot, Ross. It's all tied up between Seattle and Los Angeles at 2 apiece. Let's see who's going to take it home as we begin our second half of play. So our teams are going to switch side. Excessive on the right, Naughty Dogs on the left. Naughty Dogs in the paw print red and black jerseys. Excessive in the black and camouflage jerseys.
And the winner here goes on to the championships.
That's right, we're playing the semifinals. Rusty Glaze and Davey Williamson die off that Doritos side. Now, the last game that Excessive played, they had a real hard time getting out to that Doritos side alive, and it really hurt them in the end. Naughty Dogs were definitely watching that game, so they're probably going to try to, try to throw as much paint over on that Dorito side as possible. Oh, they're doing a really good job of heading up the snake side. See, now in paintball, if one side is blown, the other side is the side you can go up because no paint is coming in towards your side. Paintball, a game of angles, so if you're on the right side of the field, most likely you're going to be shooting towards the left-hand side of the field.
Naughty Dogs, excellent field position. Let's see if they can take advantage of it.
Tyler McCluskey in the box in between Snake 1 and Snake 2. Colt Roberts up in the 50-yard line bunker for the Naughty Dogs on the Snake side. Oh, John Richardson just loses a gunfight. You can see when these players, that gunfight is such a personal experience. When you lose a gunfight, you can see how angry they are at themselves. Their heads go up, their eyes roll back in their heads, very angry. Johnny Richardson doesn't lose a lot of gunfights, so he's probably pretty disappointed in himself.
Let's see if Naughty Dogs decide to go down that wire.
Here comes Thomas Taylor. Nope. So Excessive, even though Thomas Taylor's trying to get a little squirrely there at the end, it doesn't matter. Excessive concedes the point because Thomas Taylor was looking at 4 Naughty Dogs. We see John Richardson, ball coming. Ooh, just couldn't get out of the way of it. Los Angeles is going to concede the point, so Seattle takes a lead again, and it's a 3-2 game.
Put the streams ahead of them. Don't wait for them to try and move and then try and shoot.
Well, it's at the stage of the game in which Heart and Desire is going to really factor into who wins this. Kyle Markowski, he gets out to the back X on the Dorito side, which is a hard bunker to make, and then loses his first gunfight. That's not what you want to be doing. And Nicky Cuba couldn't get small enough in that box. He dies as well, so there's no one on that Dorito side for Excessive right now. And Naughty Dogs lose Art Hemlick. And there goes Scott Kemp advancing up to Snake 2.
Naughty Dogs making the 50.
Hector Cordona up there into the 50-yard line bunker. Let's see if Scott Kemp can recognize that he's there and try to go get him out of there. Hector working his crossfield shots. Backing up off that 50-yard line bunker.
Neither player really aware of the other.
Well, they're both looking cross field right now. Again, neither team wanting to make a mistake. There's Scott Kemp, and here he comes down the inside. Let's see if he gets him.
Nice move.
It looks like he shot. He got shot before he got there.
He didn't know he was there. I think he didn't know he's there because he overplays the bunker.
Well, no, he knew he was there. You're not going to make a move to shoot Hector like that without knowing he's there. But he got picked up by the back guy. So, you know, that's just good teamwork by the Naughty Dogs. Hector's back guy was able to recognize the fact that he was in a precarious situation, just look over him, and sure enough, Scott Camp tried to make a move, but referee's in there making the correct call. So Hector's still on the 50-yard line, lay down can on the Snake side for the Naughty Dogs. And Hector talking to his boys, trying to figure out who's left. Neil Eberly, he's stuck in that back X. So Excessive is going to concede another point. Excessive needs to get back in this game right now in the pit. They got to get in there, figure out what's going on, and honestly, it just comes down to personal play. They need to suck it up a little bit. I mean, Carl Markowski makes his spot and then loses his very first gunfight.
Here goes Scott Kemp to try to bunker Hector. He gets shot from cross field, but does not pull the trigger.
So another point conceded by Los Angeles Excessive, making it a 4-2 game in favor of the Seattle Naughty Dogs. We'll be back with more paintball action on the other side of this commercial timeout.
This mix. Bust it.
Greg Hastings Tournament Paintball Max with all new features like Field Editor and Breakout Control. It's as real as it gets.
Greg Hastings Tournament Paintball Max. Play for real.
Rated E.
You know, person-to-person, talent, individual-wise, we have the best of the best. I mean, there's a couple other teams that are close in the amount of numbers of how deep they are as in good players. So if it comes to a slow game, we always feel that we're going to win it because individual one-on-ones, we're going to win those battles.
Welcome back to the Mohegan Sun Arena for the Smart Parts World Paintball Championships. I'm Matty Marshall bringing you all the action with Bill Gardner Jr. It's the Seattle Naughty Dogs, a 4-2 lead over Los Angeles Excessive in this semifinal match as play resumes with 12:45 remaining in the second half. As Trevor Hawking dies trying to get out to that Dorito side. Davey made it out, though. Davey Williamson for Excessive.
Excessive having not the best luck getting out to the X. They finally got out there. Let's see what they do with it. There they are. They're moving down the wire.
So Excessive playing aggressive, making some moves. Here goes Thomas Taylor trying to get into Snake 2. Gliding across that turf. I think he made it in. Immediately guns up on that back center. Davey Williamson had advanced earlier on up that Dorito side. So Colt Roberts stuck in Snake 1 right now. He's going to want to get up the field. He's been playing very well this event. He's a new pickup for the Naughty Dogs.
Thomas Taylor makes the first bump, but he gets caught.
Thomas Taylor trying to, like we were talking about, push that aggressive envelope. But lucky for Colt Roberts, he was head checking at the time, popped right out with an awesome snapshot and shot Thomas in the pack as he slid into that 50. And off of that kill, now Colt Roberts himself, now he gets into position. And he's working his crossfield shots. Johnny Richardson trying to zone everybody out, look for a move. Nobody's shooting at him, that's why he's peeking over the top of the bunker right now, and he's going to continue to do so until
he's trying to find Colt Roberts. He sees the paint coming, but he's not sure exactly where it is.
Well, you know, a lot of the beginner tournament players think that coming over the top of your bunker is a mistake and you never should do it. But you know, every rule is made to be broken, and in top tournament level paintball, if no one's shooting at you, yeah, the best place the best place to get a really good look is over the top of that bunker like Johnny's doing. Now,
found him.
Yep. No, see, he was able to, you know, so Colt put him back in the bunker. You know, you don't want to let John Richardson over the top of the bunker forever looking for a run-through, because more often than not, he's going to find one.
That was a nice little position change. That's enough to throw Colt Roberts off. In fact,
so
look at this.
Yeah, you know, it looked like John was out in the middle of the open, but all he had to do was really just block everybody out. Now he moves up to the center, stand up. He's in position to get some kills. Let's see if he can do something with it.
Nice slow moves, using the blind, blocking out the bunkers. Ooh, there we go. Right through the middle.
Here comes Rusty Glaze. Rusty Glaze taking some of his own advice there, and on the run through gets Rocky and Darren Ragassa, and here's John Richardson to clean it up. And after getting run down in the snake a couple times, Johnny runs down Colt Roberts and grabs that flag. Here comes Team Excessive. So John Richardson, one of the most experienced players in the league. We see here, Thomas Taylor just gets nicked in the pack by Roberts. But hey, the aggressive envelope definitely worked for Excessive. With less than 10 minutes left in this semifinal match, it's the Seattle Naughty Dogs 4, Los Angeles Excessive 3. The winner will move on to play the championship game. Let's go see how it plays out. Oh, Brad Russin gets one to the dome.
Tried to dodge it, but missed.
Then Davey Williamson sliding into that oh so hard to make X. Ooh, didn't quite make it.
Excessive still having problems with that X.
Yeah, they're just trying to get out there, though. I mean, at this point in the game, that's not a bad call to make.
There goes Hector with his crawls again.
Hector
right up there.
Crawls right up into Snake 2. And Johnny Richardson, I don't know if he got out. Looks like he did.
It bounced.
So Johnny gets a lucky bounce. And here comes Hector Cardona getting up in the 50-yard line bunker on the Snake side. He's shooting cross field at Richardson right now. Richardson's in there trying to make sure he works his gunfights.
If Hector moves back off that bunker, Richardson has to be very careful.
Here comes Johnny Richardson. Next bump up to the Aztec on the Dorito side of the field. He made it up clean. Time slowly running out here in this second half.
Did Hector pick up the bump?
I don't know.
I'm not sure.
I think that bunker potentially could be blocked out from crossfield shots. Hector's going to have to back up off of it in order to get a shot out there. Here's Thomas Taylor blocking everybody out, trying to make a move and get a shot on Hector. Oh, awesome. That was an awesome move by Thomas Taylor.
And Taylor knows it.
Yeah, he was definitely stoked on that little arm pump. Tell you what, though, that he doesn't need to celebrate yet. It was a very good shot, very well executed. However, they're still down a point, and Thomas Taylor...
You know, that was sort of weak play there. I mean, he didn't get his composure. He really didn't use his gun for cover, and he slides out.
Well, you know, he made a very good play earlier.
Excellent play there, yes.
But then again, just like you said, you know, it's like you got to play 100%. Can't play 95%. And he just didn't make a smart bump over to Snake 2, got picked up. Though, he did get a kill, so, you know, it's not like he wasn't completely unproductive. Oh, and then Richardson gets a shot on Raymond Knuth. So here comes Johnny Richardson. Rolling paint on Josh Davey. Josh Davey is stuck in that back X, and that's going to be it.
Point.
Here comes Johnny Richardson and Team Excessive, the player coach for Excessive for this event. Johnny Richardson handling some business, earning his paycheck, that's for sure.
And playing very well in this second half.
Good job by Johnny Richardson stepping it up. Like we said before, man, big players have big games, and Excessive's going to need more than Johnny Richardson playing phenomenal to win this matchup, but it's all tied up now. As we see Johnny there executing Raymond Knuth, and Raymond walks off. So Los Angeles Excessive bounced right back with a couple of quick points of their own, tying things up 4 apiece against the Seattle Naughty Dogs. 6:30 left to play. We'll be right back after this commercial break. Don't go away.
See how it ends at smartparts.com.
Smart Parts, equipment counts, and the Mohegan Sun, a world of play. Welcome back to the Smart Parts World Paintball Championships. That's our house band, PSK, keeping things hot as we get ready to return to play. It's a 4-4 game in the semifinal match between Seattle Naughty Dogs and Los Angeles Excessive. Anybody's game at this point. Good job by Excessive to come back. Ooh, Tyler McCluskey all the way into Snake 2, checking to see if he got hit. Referee in there making that call. Yep, he got one in his side on the dive in.
He hasn't had too much luck over there. This he's been nailed a couple times, he and Trevor.
So there's Josh Davey. He's rolling his gun towards the Dorito side. Davey made it out there.
Yeah.
Davey Williamson made it to that hard-to-reach back X on the Dorito side. Now he's rolling his gun towards the center of the field.
Remember, Matty, the winner of this moves on to the championships.
That's right. This is our semifinal matchup. One more semifinal matchup to go after this match. So Davey Williamson advancing up that Dorito side, gets into the Aztec. Here comes Colt Roberts. Colt Roberts slide into Snake 1, and Davey Williamson at the Aztec on that Dorito side, trying to get his shots.
See if Davey can bump up to the 40 bunker. That's where he needs to be. It's going to be hard as Naughty Dogs move down that Snake side.
There goes Colt Roberts, who's been playing phenomenal on the Snake side pretty much all tournament.
And he knows where Davey is.
So Colt using all that bunker. You see most of the players when they first get in, they crawl right up to that notch where the laydown part meets the cube, and then they check off on the inside first, then crawl all the way out and check off on those inside shots. Now, these players, it's not like they get in there and then start searching for shots. They walk these fields before, so they know where all these shots are already. So that's why as soon as they get in, they crawl right to that first place. They look for that first shot. Then they crawl to the end, look for that shot. And then they go to the wire, look down the head check down the wire, see what's going on. So they know where these shots are already, and a lot of the planning and the field walking goes into it. But then again, as soon as the paintballs start flying...
Yeah. Well, there's sort of a natural timing to the game. They're waiting for the moment for the paint to slow down or stop, or someone loads, and then they take advantage of that with the shot.
You know, also in this particular matchup, we've seen a lot of gunfights. You know, there's been a lot of great gunfights, and you know, there's a certain gunfight logic in the way you play these bunkers. These guys aren't just randomly going out there, running into a bunker, and then just railing their gun down a side. I mean, there's a whole science to it. I mean, you have to seriously think and logically go through each part of the gunfight. Head check, then bring your gun out. You know, there's definite serious mechanics to the gunfight. These guys practice a lot to play the sport.
Williams under a lot of pressure, communicating with the team, trying to say, get me out of here.
Yeah, Davey getting too much heat out of that spot. He couldn't get small enough in that bunker. His point's going real long, time ticking off the clock. You can hear excessive yelling at Neil Everly towards the other side of the field. And there he goes, Neil Everly making the run. He runs all the way across field.
Colt sees him. Does he shoot him?
Wow, Neil just made a run from one side of the field all the way to the other X. From the X on the Snake side,
Colt
the X
Roberts
on the Drew
doesn't
side.
make the shot.
No, Colt Roberts couldn't pick him up. That was a big move by
Colt
Neil.
Roberts, look at him right over the top of his bunker. He is playing very aggressively.
Yeah,
and almost pays for it.
Wow, Thomas Taylor almost caught him on that. He was definitely way over that bunker. Oh, so Thomas Taylor taken out after almost getting Roberts, and then Johnny Richardson flies out, flattens down, tries to get small. It's not going to matter, and it's just Neil Everly. So some really good play by the Naughty Dogs. Colt Roberts single-handedly pretty much handling business and able to score the point for the Naughty Dogs.
There's Davey Williamson, can't get out, can't get safe in that bunker.
He could not get small enough, then Colt Roberts ending it.
Great shot.
Ending the point right there, getting John Richardson. And it was just Neil Everly left, nothing he could do.
You gotta hold them back, guys. Get it ready. Rock, get them ready.
So Los Angeles concedes the point to Seattle, who takes a 5-4 lead, under 2 minutes remaining in the semifinal match. We'll see who moves on to play for the title after these messages.
See how it ends at smartparts.com.